Hi, welcome to DiscoveryQuests. I hope you all are doing great today. 5 Lost Cities of Ancient Egypt. Rediscovered archaeologists are rediscovering ancient Egyptian cities swallowed by time, sand, and sea. Learn the secrets of some of Egypt's most interesting lost cities. Egypt is home to one of the most ancient civilizations on Earth. Occupied continuously since the 4th millennium BCE, cities have risen and fallen, and even once powerful political, religious, and trading centers have been lost to time. But as archaeologists explore Egyptian sands and seabeds, they are rediscovering lost cities and revealing new secrets about the ancient Egyptian world. Number 5. The dazzling city of Aten. Known as the Lost Golden City, this former capital was named for the Egyptian sun god Aten. Over 3,000 years old, this city is considered to be one of the biggest archaeological discoveries since the famous tomb of Tutankhamun. As with many significant archaeological finds, Aten was discovered by accident, while researchers were looking for a mortuary temple for the famous boy king. Upon finding the lost city, excavation began in September 2020 near Luxor. Located near the ancient capital of Thebes, the city dates from the 18th dynasty and the reign of the pharaoh Amenhotep III, as evidenced by inscribed vessels and bricks stamped with the seal of the pharaoh. As a pharaoh of the New Kingdom, Amenhotep III ruled over a time of prosperity and power. Aten was a center for administration and industrial activity during what was considered the golden age of ancient Egypt. The excavated neighborhoods in Aten show evidence of how life was when the empire was at its wealthiest. The city itself is remarkably well preserved, with complete walls and homes full of relics and tools used in everyday Egyptian life. Archaeologists have also uncovered bakeries, tools used for metalworking and glass production, and an administrative district. Number 4. Akhenaten city of Amarna. Located about 400 kilometers north of Luxor on the east bank of the Nile, Amarna was built by Akhenaten around 1348 BCE. Amarna was not lost in the physical sense, as Egyptians continued to live in the area for centuries. However, the true origins of the ancient capital were lost because Akhenaten's successors carefully removed evidence of his reign from recorded history. In the late 18th century, scientific interest in the extensive ruins increased, and archaeologists were drawn to the site. It was mapped by researchers from all over the world, and locals found amazing artifacts, such as the Amarna letters. Written on clay tablets, these letters are an example of the diplomatic correspondence exchanged between Egypt and neighboring territories during the New Kingdom. Another significant discovery from Amarna is the famous bust of Queen Nefertiti, wife of Akhenaten. This find is very important because her likeness and story were scrubbed from the record along with that of her controversial husband. Number 3. The underwater city of Heracleion. Once a center of wealth and culture, the ancient Egyptian city of Heracleion lay submerged at the mouth of the Nile Delta for around 1,500 years. Dating back to the 7th century BCE, this port city thrived until it sank into the sea during the 8th century CE. It is thought to have been the largest port on the Mediterranean until Alexandria was founded in 331 BCE. The city was settled by Egyptian and Greek merchants and artisans, as evidenced by the wonderful variety of artifacts recovered from the sunken ruins. A Greek sanctuary devoted to Aphrodite was also discovered in Heracleion, full of ceramic and bronze artifacts. Greek weapons were also discovered, thought to have belonged to mercenaries charged with defending the Canopic branch of the Nile. The ruins of Heracleion are about 7 kilometers off the modern-day coast of Egypt, under approximately 10 meters of water. Temples and the ruins of other buildings were discovered along with massive statues and luxury items such as jewelry and imported Greek ceramics. A tumulus was also discovered, which is a traditional Greek funerary area. Archaeologists realized the full scale of this once bustling port city when they discovered walls and canals that transected Heracleion. The city was organized around a central temple, with neighborhoods connected by canals. Around 70 shipwrecks and over 700 ancient boat anchors have been found among the canals. Number 2, the wealthy trading center of Tanis, made famous by Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. The lost city of Tanis has yielded a tremendous amount of information and dazzling artifacts. However, much of the cinematic depiction of the city is fiction. No Ark of the Covenant or Nazis were involved in the discovery of this lost city. Located in the northeast Nile River Delta, the ancient city of Tanis was a wealthy center of trade that came to power centuries before Alexandria was founded. During ancient Egypt's 21st and 22nd dynasties, Tanis also served as the royal seat for Lower Egypt. Archaeologists began to excavate Tanis in the 19th century, and in 1939, a spectacular royal tomb complex was discovered. This remarkable find included intact burial chambers that were undisturbed for nearly 3,000 years. Temples, residential complexes, and a wealth of artifacts were found during subsequent excavations. Some of the most remarkable artifacts were recovered from the tombs, including elaborate sarcophagi, golden masks, jewelry, and luxurious ceramics. Another notable discovery was the burial chamber of King Sheshonq II, whose name and story were lost until archaeologists found his tomb. Number 1. The pre-dynastic city of Abydos. Abydos is probably best known as home to the iconic temple of Seti the Fair. Located in Upper Egypt, the city has long been a sacred site. It served as a necropolis for Egyptian royalty predating the First Dynasty. Later, Abydos served as a pilgrimage destination for the worship of Osiris. The tombs have revealed spectacular artifacts and inscriptions that have provided information relating to Egypt's pre-dynastic period. Intact ceramic vessels have revealed names of pre-dynastic kings and evidence that Egypt's written language advanced earlier than previously thought by historians. The famous temple of Seti the Wine is considered to be one of the most significant of all ancient Egyptian sites. At over 3,000 years old, this magnificent limestone structure opens into an iconic pillared hall and houses several courtyards and intricately decorated chapels. The chapel walls are particularly significant to the historical record, as their carvings depict important funerary scenes. Also discovered in the ancient necropolis was an industrial-scale brewery thought to be the oldest in the world. Researchers estimate that this production center is 5,000 years old and was capable of brewing nearly 6,000 gallons of beer at a time. Tomb inscriptions show that the beer was used in funerary rituals performed in Abydos. That's it for today. We will meet with another interesting topic very soon.